Story number 1. Betrayal from a stranger hurts, but betrayal from somebody who already disliked you from childhood, that one can drive a person mad. If my cousin had done this with any other man, maybe I would still survive somehow. But my children's father, after 12 years together, sometimes I feel like this whole thing was personal from the beginning. I have 2 children with my boyfriend. Let's call him Daniel. Before anybody starts insulting me, I know 12 years is too long without marriage. Trust me, nobody has reminded me more than my own family. But relationships are complicated sometimes. Daniel and I met very young. We struggled together from nothing, from single rooms and financial hardship, periods where we barely had enough. We built life together slowly. And despite all our problems, I genuinely believe that man loved me deeply. We fought often, yes. In fact, everybody around us knew we argued constantly. But we always found our way back to each other, always. That is why this situation shocked me so badly. Because I thought this was just another temporary breakup. Meanwhile, my cousin was already positioning herself quietly. Let's call her Anita. Me and her have never been close, never. Even as children. She always acted superior, too known, too proud. The type of girl who enters family gatherings like she's a celebrity. And because she's prettier in the conventional way and comes from a slightly wealthier side of the family, people always hide her too much. Meanwhile, me, I was the stubborn cousin. The tension between us was never open fighting exactly, just hidden dislike, competition, and shade. The family relationship, where both people smile publicly, but don't truly like each other. Still, despite everything, I never imagined she would cross this kind of line. Never. Daniel knew very well me and Anita were not close. Very well. In fact, he used to complain about her attitude himself sometimes, calling her proud, calling her fake. That is why this betrayal feels even more confusing. Looking back now, maybe there were signs I ignored. At family gatherings, Anita suddenly became unusually friendly with Daniel, laughing too much at his jokes, asking him personal questions. One time, I even caught them talking privately outside during the funeral. When I asked later what they were discussing, Daniel brushed it off casually. I didn't think deeply about it because, honestly, family members talk. And despite our dislike for each other, Anita still knew too much about my relationship because family gossip travels fast. She knew all our struggles, all our fights, all the times Daniel disappointed me, everything, which is why this betrayal feels calculated somehow. Then 3 months ago, Daniel and I had another serious argument. Not unusual for us, honestly. The fight was mainly about money and his lack of commitment toward marriage. I became angry and told him to leave the house for some time. And like always, I genuinely believed we would settle things later. Because 12 years cannot end just like that. Or so I thought. During that period, Anita suddenly started appearing around him constantly. According to relatives, she was supporting him emotionally. Hey, supporting him emotionally? Your own cousin's man. At first, I didn't even panic because, honestly, I thought Daniel would never disrespect me that way. Then, slowly, things started changing. Daniel became colder toward me, more distant, less interested in reconciliation. Whenever I called, he sounded distracted. And one day, one of my aunties accidentally mentioned seeing Daniel and Anita together at a restaurant looking very close. Immediately, my stomach dropped. I confronted Anita directly. Do you know what annoyed me most? Her calmness. She had no shame, no guilt. She simply said, "You and Daniel were already broken up." I nearly slapped her. Because what kind of wicked logic is that? 12 years, two children, and because of one argument, suddenly your cousin's man becomes available. But honestly, the real pain came from Daniel himself. Because when I finally confronted him properly, this man admitted he had fallen for Anita. Fallen, oh, like some romantic movie. I thought maybe he was confused temporarily. Maybe rebound feelings. Maybe revenge because of our fights. But no. This man looked me in the eye and said, Anita understands him better emotionally. That sentence nearly destroyed me mentally because suddenly 12 years started feeling meaningless. And the painful part, my own family is not helping, especially Anita's mother. Because instead of condemning Anita properly, her mother is behaving like this whole thing is a beautiful love story people should accept peacefully. I swear, if I hear you and Daniel were broken up one more time, I might actually lose my mind. Since everything became public, Anita's mother has been defending them non-stop. According to her, you cannot force love. Can you imagine? Love between your daughter and her cousin's children's father. Wonderful. The thing hurting me most is how calmly everybody is treating this betrayal. As if I am overreacting. As if 12 years and two children mean nothing because me and Daniel had one temporary separation. And honestly, that is what keeps confusing me emotionally too. Because technically, yes, during that period, Daniel had left the house after our fight. But that temporary breakup suddenly erased loyalty, especially with family. That is the part my mind cannot process. The humiliation alone is unbearable. Family gatherings have become impossible now. People whispering and watching me, some pretending sympathy, others secretly enjoying the drama. And Anita, that girl is moving around confidently, like she wants some competition, posting happy pictures, looking peaceful. Meanwhile, me, I am barely sleeping. The worst part is my children, because now they are confused too. My older child keeps asking why daddy doesn't come home often anymore. And honestly, every time I hear that question, my chest breaks again. Daniel still sees the children, yes, but the emotional distance between us now feels terrifyingly real. And the scary thing is, I don't think this relationship between him and Anita is casual anymore. That is what is making me panic. At first, I thought maybe it was just excitement, temporary madness. But now, no. This man genuinely seems emotionally attached to her. Last week, I begged him openly. Yes, I humbled myself completely. I reminded him of our history, our children, everything we survived together. Hey, the shame alone, eh? But do you know what this man told me? He said, I still care about you, but I am tired of our toxic relationship. That sentence broke me badly. Part of me knows our relationship wasn't perfect. We fought too much. Sometimes I insulted him badly during arguments. Sometimes he disappointed me repeatedly. But despite everything, I never imagined another woman, especially my own cousin, would become the replacement waiting at the corner. That is what is making me go crazy emotionally. Because now, every insecurity I ever had is screaming inside my head. Maybe Anita is really prettier. Maybe Daniel got tired of me after all these years. I hate thinking like that, but heartbreak can destroy confidence completely. And the thing that hurts most, I think Anita secretly enjoyed winning. That is the feeling I cannot shake. Because this is somebody who already acted superior all our lives. Now suddenly she has my man too. Sometimes it feels deliberate, like she enjoyed taking the one thing that truly mattered to me. Meanwhile, my own mother keeps begging me to calm down because she says if I react emotionally, I will only push Daniel further toward Anita. How am I supposed to stay calm watching another woman slowly replace me in my own family circle? I still love Daniel deeply, despite everything. If this man genuinely came back sincerely today, part of me would still want to fix things, and I hate myself for that. Because meanwhile, Anita is behaving like their relationship is completely normal and justified. Recently, she even sent me one long message saying, "We didn't plan this. We just connected naturally." Connected naturally with your cousin's partner of 12 years. Wonderful connection. I wanted to insult her properly, but at that point, I was emotionally exhausted. Some days I cry non-stop. Other days, I become angry, imagining exposing both of them publicly everywhere. And sometimes, I become terrified that I am actually losing this man permanently. That is the fear eating me alive now. I genuinely don't know what to do anymore. Oh, who? Your cousin's man. And your cousin has 2 children with this man. You couldn't find any man in this Ghana, this big Ghana. Your cousin's man. Oh, some people are doing too much. At this point, I think she took the man because she wanted to prove she can. Not even because she wants this man. No. She wanted to prove she can. Oh, babe, I understand your pain and I'm so sorry for what you are going through. I know this hurts a lot because this is not just your man with a different woman, a stranger, but your own cousin. And what is wrong with your cousin's mother? What is wrong with your other family members? What is going on nowadays? Now, babe, I know you are hurting, but you cannot force somebody to stay with you, especially when they've moved on emotionally. You can't force him to stay. If you continue fighting for this man, you are just going to drain yourself emotionally. Your cousin crossed the major boundary, especially since she knows the issue between you and this man. Children are involved. Your anger is valid. But at the end of the day, we cannot only blame her. Daniel too is involved. This man is not worth your energy, babe. Stop fighting for him. If anything, he should be the one fighting to rebuild your trust and repair the damage. But since he has already chosen this woman, babe, move on. I know right now this hurts, but trust me, God is taking away garbage from your life. This man is garbage, and God is unloading the garbage from your life. Let him go. I know you have 2 children together and this is painful, but a man who can go for your cousin, is it worth fighting for? Let him go, babe. I want you to start protecting your own peace and stop begging for love. You deserve so much better. Someone better is waiting for you. You know, in Ghana, a lot of people will say born two, meaning that you have 2 children, so you not get a man. Forget that. A better man is waiting for you. Right now, babe, put yourself first. Put your children first and protect your peace of mind. Let them go. Let him go. I know this is hard and this will be difficult, but you've got this and I'm wishing you all the best. Oh, some people are doing too much. Leave your thoughts down below. Let us know what you think. Leave your thoughts down below. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, come and join the family. Please subscribe and like this video, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. And without any further delay, let's continue the story. I am 25 years old and I live in Adenta. Until last month, I genuinely thought my boyfriend was the safest person in my life. We had been together for almost 3 years. Serious relationship. We have future plans and everything. His name is Prince. Funny enough, people always described him as respectful. Even my family liked him, especially my mother. That is why this whole thing has damaged me mentally so badly. Because if somebody like him could do this to me, then honestly, I don't even know who to trust again. Now, before anybody asks, yes, I sent him private pictures before. Not because I am stupid, not because I wanted attention, because I trusted my boyfriend. Simple. Many couples do that privately nowadays. I never imagined he would share them with anybody else. Never. The shocking part is how I found out. That night, we were both lying in bed. I was pretending to sleep small because I already suspected he was texting another girl. His behavior had changed recently. Too secretive with his phone. smiling at messages late at night, tilting the screen away from me. You know the signs. So while lying there quietly, I was watching him through my eyes small. At first, I thought he was just chatting normally. Then suddenly, I saw my own picture appear on the screen. My nude picture. Hey, at first, my brain didn't even process it properly. Then I saw him send it into some group chats. Group chat, oh. I swear, my entire body became cold instantly. Hey, what is that? I almost sat up immediately, but I controlled myself because I wanted to be sure I wasn't imagining things. Then messages started entering, laughing emojis, comments. One person even replied, "Chale, you are lucky, you see body." At that point, I felt physically sick, like genuinely sick. My own naked pictures were circulating inside some boys' group chats like football highlights. Meanwhile, I was lying right beside him. The disrespect alone nearly killed me. I couldn't sleep the whole night. I just lay there shaking quietly. Part of me wanted to confront him immediately. Another part wanted evidence first. So early the next morning, after he left for work, I took a second phone and used the password I saw him type the previous night. What I found there shattered me completely. Not one picture, not two, multiple pictures and videos too. And not only in one group chat, different chats, different friends. Hey, the scary thing is, some of the messages were old, meaning this thing had been happening for a long time behind my back. And the way these men were discussing my body, I nearly cried from shame. Some even made disgusting jokes. Meanwhile, Prince was participating casually, like this was normal boy behavior. At one point, he literally wrote, "She trusts me too much." That sentence broke me differently because suddenly I realized this wasn't accidental stupidity. This man knowingly betrayed my trust repeatedly and even found it funny. I quickly took pictures of everything with my phone before confronting him later that evening. The confidence this man had initially shocked me. At first, he acted confused. Then, when I showed evidence, he became defensive immediately instead of apologetic. And the explanation he gave me, I still get angry remembering it. This man actually said, "You are overreacting." Overreacting. According to him, all men share their girlfriends' pictures privately sometimes. For wait. He even said he has also seen nude pictures of his friends' girlfriends in the same group. As if that was supposed to comfort me. That was when I realized something deeply disturbing. This behavior was normal to him. He genuinely didn't understand why I felt violated. Maybe if Prince had apologized sincerely from the beginning, things would not have escalated this badly. But instead, this man kept behaving like I was being dramatic over small mistake. That was what pushed everything completely out of control. After our argument, I was crying badly, like uncontrollably, because honestly, it wasn't even just anger anymore. It was humiliation, violation, paranoia. I kept imagining all those men looking at my pictures, saving them, forwarding them, laughing about me. Hey, I felt exposed in a way I cannot even explain properly. And the painful thing is, once something enters the internet or group chats, you can never fully control where it goes again. That realization terrified me. So I called my older brother. That's right. Honestly, I only wanted emotional support initially. But the moment he saw the screenshots, everything changed. I have never seen my brother that angry before in my life. He kept asking, "Are you serious? Prince actually did this?" Then immediately, he started talking about police. At first, I panicked because despite everything, I still loved Prince more at that time. Okay, at that time. Let's continue. And honestly, I didn't want public disgrace or legal drama, but my brother became extremely serious. He said this wasn't ordinary cheating or relationship problem. He said this was violation and abuse of trust. And honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was right. Because I never gave Prince permission to show anybody my body. Never. Those pictures were sent privately inside the relationship. That trust meant something to me. So eventually, we reported everything. And thankfully, because I had screenshots and evidence, the police actually took it seriously. Prince was arrested. I won't lie. Seeing him taken away shocked me emotionally. Because suddenly this whole thing became real. Not just relationship drama anymore. Actual legal consequences. And that was when his family entered the matter, especially his mother. Hey, that woman has made my life stressful ever since. Somebody saying, At first, she came crying and begging, saying young people make mistakes, saying I should think carefully before destroying his future. But then later, her attitude changed completely. Now suddenly, I am the villain. According to her, I overreacted by involving the police. She said I should have come to her first. As his mother, so they could handle it quietly. Handle what quietly exactly? My naked pictures circulating among men. And honestly, her reaction has annoyed me badly because nowhere in her argument does she fully acknowledge how violated I feel. Everything is about protecting Prince, protecting his reputation, protecting his future. Meanwhile, what about my dignity, my peace of mind? Because this thing has affected me mentally badly. Now I am paranoid constantly. Every time somebody looks at me too long, I wonder, have they seen my pictures? Even around mutual friends, I feel uncomfortable now. And the scary thing is, I still don't know whether those men deleted everything completely. That uncertainty alone is torture. Meanwhile, Prince keeps begging non-stop, calling from different numbers, sending messages through friends, crying, apologizing finally, now that police are involved. But part of me feels like he's only sorry because consequences entered, not because he truly understood the damage. Because when I first confronted him privately, he defended it confidently. That is the part I cannot forget. And another thing disturbing me badly is realizing how normalized this behavior apparently is among some men. The fact that he casually admitted that his friends also share their girlfriends' private pictures made me feel sick. How many women are unknowingly being exposed like this by people they trust? Sometimes I become angry all over again just thinking about it. But at the same time, seeing his mother cry recently affected me small because prison and police cases are serious matters. And now some relatives are saying I should drop the case since he has learned his lesson. Who are these relatives at all? One auntie even told me, you young people involve police too quickly these days. As if violations should be solved with family meeting and malls. Honestly, I am emotionally torn now. Part of me feels completely justified because actions have consequences. And maybe if more women spoke up, men will stop treating private pictures like entertainment. But another part of me feels overwhelmed by how serious everything has become. Still, every time I remember those messages and the jokes they made about my body, my anger comes back immediately. So now I genuinely want to know, was I wrong for involving the police instead of handling it privately with his family? Babe, wrong for where? You are not wrong, babe. You are not wrong for involving the police. And before I say anything else, please, if you are sending your nude pictures to your boyfriends, if you are sending your private pictures to men, stop. Please stop. I don't care how much you trust this man. Do not do it. If you want to do the lobby with him, meet him face to face. Let him see your body face to face, physically. Do not take pictures. What is he even going to do with those pictures? Do not take pictures and send it to this man. Please. No matter how much you trust your partner, don't do it. Now, babe, what your boyfriend did was very serious. He shared those pictures without your permission, and you have every right to protect yourself. And the fact that when you confronted him, he didn't even care. He didn't even show accountability. He acted like it was normal. Let him stay. I hope he's still in prison now. Let him stay there. Let him face the consequences. And now, your relatives who are saying all this, what is wrong with them? Something serious like this, and you are saying the person is overreacting. What is wrong with your relatives? Also, babe, forget his family. Don't let anybody pressure you. His family is more focused on protecting him. But what about you? You deserve dignity. You deserve peace of mind. But you have peace of mind. Your dignity is gone because your boyfriend, the man you trusted for 3 years, confidently shared your nude pictures with his friends. Don't let anybody pressure you. But you did not destroy his future. He made his own choices. Let him face the consequences. Leave him there. Ah, some people are doing too much. Please stay safe out there and stop sending your nude pictures out to men, no matter how much you trust them. I cannot imagine what you are going through mentally, and I'm wishing you all the best. Let us know what you think down below. Do you think she's wrong in this situation? Leave your thoughts down below. She will be in the comment section reading your comments. And now let's move on to story number 3. There's something deeply painful about being rejected by somebody you would have done anything for. I am 35 years old and divorced. Even typing that feels strange sometimes because most of my adult life, I was somebody's wife. My ex-husband, let's call him George, and I were married for 8 years. 8 years old. We built a whole life together. It was not perfect, but stable. At least, that is what I believed. We met when I was younger, and honestly, I loved that man deeply. The type of love where you naturally prioritize somebody else's happiness before your own. And maybe that became my problem eventually. Because looking back now, I think I slowly disappeared inside that marriage, trying to keep it alive. At first, things were beautiful. We laughed together constantly. People even used to envy our relationship. But somewhere along the line, George changed. At first, it was emotional distance, less affection, less communication, more irritation over small things. Then eventually, he started acting like being around me was stressful. You know when somebody stops looking at you with softness anymore, that thing can break a woman slowly. I kept asking what was wrong. He always denied everything. Work stress, tiredness, normal marriage issues. Meanwhile, my spirit kept feeling something deeper was happening. And honestly, I always suspected another woman. Not because I had proof, just instincts. The distance felt too intentional, too emotionally disconnected. Then one night, everything finally exploded. We argued over something small. Honestly, I can't even remember what started it. But during the argument, George suddenly said something that changed my life completely. He said, I don't feel anything anymore. I swear, my chest started hurting physically. At first, I thought he spoke out of anger, but no. This man sat there, calmly telling me the spark was gone, that he still respected me, but wasn't in love anymore. Do you know how humiliating it feels begging somebody to love you again? Because yes, I begged. I am not even going to pretend pride. I cried. I asked them to try counseling, prayer, time apart, anything. But George had already mentally left the marriage long before speaking those words aloud. That is what hurts me most now looking back. The divorce process itself was emotionally brutal. And the painful thing, it seemed too calm throughout everything, too certain. That is why I never stopped suspecting another woman somewhere. Because nobody destroys 8 years so confidently unless something else is waiting outside. But he denied it repeatedly. According to him, he simply fell out of love. After the divorce, my life became dark honestly. I went through depression badly, couldn't eat properly, couldn't sleep. Even church became difficult because everybody kept asking questions. Meanwhile, George seemed fine. That part nearly killed me emotionally. Because how do you move on so easily from somebody you promised forever to? But slowly, very slowly, I started healing. I focused on work, started therapy quietly, spent more time with friends, and eventually, I met someone new. Let's call him Michael. Completely different energy from George. He was gentle and patient, emotionally expressive, the type of man who actually communicates. At first, I resisted the relationship badly because I was still wounded, but Michael stayed consistent. And for the first time in a long time, I started feeling emotionally safe again. Not deeply in love yet, maybe, but peaceful. Then suddenly, 6 months after the divorce, George came back. The audacity nearly made me faint. He called randomly one evening asking to meet. At first, I refused, but curiosity disturbed me too much. So eventually, I agreed. And the moment I saw this man, all my old emotions woke up immediately. Oh, babe. That is the scary part. Because no matter how much pain somebody caused you, history has power. We talked for hours, and finally, George admitted he made a mistake. The thing confusing me most is not even George coming back. It is the fact that part of me still wanted him to. That is the truth I am ashamed to admit. Because despite everything that man did to me, a part of my heart never fully let him go. When we met that evening, George looked different somehow. Not physically exactly, emotionally. He was softer, less arrogant. And honestly, that shook me immediately because during the divorce, this man was cold like stone. But now suddenly he was emotional, apologizing, reflective, talking about regrets. According to him, after the divorce, he realized too late that he confused temporary emotional emptiness with permanent loss of love. Men can explain nonsense beautifully sometimes. He admitted he handled everything terribly, said he hurt me unnecessarily, and finally, he admitted there was another woman involved emotionally during the end of our marriage. The moment he confessed that, I nearly laughed from anger because imagine making me feel paranoid and insecure for months, only to later confirm my instincts were correct all along. According to him, nothing serious happened physically at first, just emotional connection with a co-worker. And because our marriage had become routine, he started comparing feelings. Hearing that explanation hurt me deeply all over again. While I was fighting desperately for our marriage, this man was emotionally entertaining another woman and convincing himself our relationship had lost spark. The painful part, apparently, the relationship with that woman eventually failed badly after the divorce. Of course, and now suddenly he has discovered my value again. That reality is what keeps making me angry, despite the love I still feel. Because part of me keeps wondering, will he be here now if things had worked out with her? That question is haunting me badly. And just coming back has completely confused my emotions again because I was finally healing properly, finally moving forward. Michael has been good to me genuinely. He doesn't play games. There's no emotional confusion, no coldness, just consistency. But now, every time I am with Michael, my mind drifts back to George somehow. 8 years is not easy to erase emotionally. And George knows me deeply in ways nobody else does. That familiarity pulls at me badly. Recently, he even cried while apologizing. Actually cried, saying losing me made him realize my value too late. Do you know how painful and satisfying that is at the same time? Part of me waited so long for that regret. During the divorce, I kept wishing he would suddenly wake up and fight for us. But instead, he walked away confidently. Now, suddenly, 6 months later, he wants another chance. And my family is making things even more confusing. Some people think I should never go back, especially my friends who watched me suffer during the divorce. One friend actually said, if the other woman worked out, he would never return before uncle. That statement has been ringing in my head constantly because it is probably true. But then my mother thinks differently. According to her, marriage is difficult. If he's truly repentant, think carefully before throwing away your history. You see why my mind is scattered. And the thing making this harder is Michael himself. Because he genuinely doesn't deserve emotional confusion. He's innocent in all of this. Meanwhile, I can only feel myself becoming emotionally distant from him because of George's return. That guilt is eating me too. Sometimes I look at Michael and feel terrible because part of my heart is drifting backward toward my ex-husband again. And I hate that. I wanted to be stronger than this. I wanted to fully move on. But heartbreak and love are not logical. That is the truth nobody says enough. Recently, George asked if we could start counseling together slowly and possibly rebuild things. And when he asked me that, my heart actually softened immediately. But how do you ever fully trust somebody again after they left you emotionally for another woman? That is the question tormenting me most. So now I'm stuck between the man I loved deeply for years and the new man who has been loving me gently while I healed. Should I risk reopening my heart to my ex-husband and possibly rebuild my marriage? Or is going back just setting myself up for heartbreak all over again? Babe, your feelings are valid. I understand how you are feeling. We are talking about 8 years and marriage. It is not easy to forget that the history is still there. So it makes sense that just coming back is stirring all these old emotions again. But babe, please, don't let this new feelings you are experiencing, the loneliness, the nostalgia, make you forget how much this man hurts you. Don't forget to. This man left you for another woman. He divorced you. And you said it yourself. After he moved on, he looked happy. Now he's back because that woman has left too. And what your friend said about if that woman had not left, would he have come back? He won't too. He won't. He's only back because that woman has left. Personally, I don't believe people change easily like that. What if he comes back and then the marriage loses its spark again? Is going to divorce you again, or what is he going to do when that happens? Normally, if you're married to somebody and you claim the spark is gone, you try counseling, you try other things. You don't just give up on the person like that. But he left you for another woman. So what if the spark goes again? What if that happens? Now, at the end of the day, this is your decision. But babe, don't rush back. Take your time. If you truly want George again, which I think is a bad idea because I don't trust that man, let him prove to you that he has changed. Don't let him do it for weeks or months. Let him be consistent. And if you don't want Michael again, be fair to him. Don't lead him on. You said he's a good guy and he deserves honesty. Babe, think things through well, very well, before you make your decision. And I'm wishing you all the best. Now let us know what you think down below. Who do you think she should choose? The ex-husband or Michael? Leave your thoughts down below. She'll be in the comment section reading your comments. As for me, babe, stick with Michael. Stick with Michael. And now, I really know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to them in the comment section. And babe, if you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Come and join the family. Please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.